Hello, trading is closed on October 22nd, 2015. I'm Jeff Tennant. Let's go over my calls from yesterday. I said we had a good chance for a gap up, but I thought the pattern was weak and that once we undercut yesterday's close and low that we should be dropping. I thought taking out yesterday's high was a low odds scenario, but said if it happened it would kill the pattern. Well, I don't have to comment too much more about that one. MEJT had a few things to say today. Here it said ultimately lower prices would print. The target was hit pretty much on the nose and then we rallied. So there was support on the target. I want to point out that usually with an ultimate sell we get more than the minimum, so usually we undercut this low at some time, but we don't have to. There was an ultimate sell signal here that worked great on an up day. There was a very big drop, but it said from the beginning the drop was false and that prices would return to this line with the white dot right after this time. And that called it on the head. So we have stopped at a MEJT resistance level. Well, here's the chart I've been showing. Here was resistance here. Here was resistance here. We clearly broke through that. Here was resistance. And we clearly broke through that too. And futures are up pretty strongly as I'm recording this, so it seems pretty hard to believe we could stall here, but since I believe in indicators and not personal opinion, let's go over what's wrong with the rally. When you have a hole in the wall, a gap, in general the hole always fills. Typically it fills and we undercut this low within a day or a day and the following and the open of the following day. That's pretty hard for me to believe, but that's what the rule says. When you gap up like this and have a slanting rally, it typically fails. And when you rally all day long and can't close over the middle of the day high, unless you take out that high promptly, there's usually a drop. We've completed a Fibonacci grid, which often can indicate that the move's over. Here's a 125-day moving average. I got this from somebody else, but it seems to work. You can see all the way up how prices hit this 125-day moving average and then stalled. And right now we are right up to this 125-day moving average. I tell you, we had a perfect setup for a drop yesterday. All we had to do was get follow through and we couldn't. It seems like the market went to a lot of trouble to reverse this decline. It's kind of hard for me to believe that it went to all this trouble just to give another false signal. And all we have to do to overcome all the negative indicators I talked about, at least over the short term, is to gap up or at least promptly take out this high. Futures are up and it seems like it has a good chance of occurring. But if that doesn't occur, the indicators I look at are looking for a drop which could be more than just a little bit, hard as it is to believe. So tomorrow's opening is kind of critical for me, and for the record, I'm flat overnight as I usually am. And that's today's call.